Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to JRTV. Pleasure to be tuning in, offering some perspectives and considerations for your and others' encouragement. Starting off with, I think there should be an emphasis on. I think there should be an emphasis on. Hello. Something like that, and it's just a celebration of women, of life. I really feel like it's the way to. I feel like it's the way to go. It's the way to, make things happen. And look at where we are, man. We're just enjoying a lavish experience of everything here. And I want to help everyone to transition into a nicer world. A world where we can enjoy one another, but in such a way that it doesn't, it's not, it's just a world of one. And the only, you have to get yourself there. It takes, it's a strategy. And to get to that place, one needs to, well, of course we have all of our, this guy in the background there, it's me, man, it's me. We have to realize, you have to be able to look around and say, that's me. The good and the bad, that's me. Every single person, that's me. Every, tree or building or mountain, that's me. That's my energy that's behind that, the consciousness that built it. I am the unified field of light. I am the creator. I am the spontaneous and adaptive ability. And whether it's unconscious things like rocks making magnificent, striations in marble, or whether it's people going around and doing creating things, or whether it's a tree that's not conscious but it's very adaptive, so it has a form or a sort of intellect. And what I'm here to suggest, guys, is that when you look at another person, is to want good for them. That's kind of a natural thing that I've been doing. I've been wanting to respect people's space. First, you want to be realistic. Do I need to be defensive around this person? By the way, Spirit of the Brave Diesel just got a nice diesel watch here. It's a masculine look, you know what I mean? Nice masculine look. Spirit of the Brave. So the idea is to first see if somebody's upset, right? Respect people's space, and if they're not upset, then proceed to it's just a quick smiling glance, a kind, acknowledgement. And there's another thing. It's you don't want to feel, feel bad if other people are looking for you. The only practical functionality in worrying about people, what people are thinking, is if people are upset and they're like an actual threat to you, or either they're distracting you or you're distracting them, or which could cause a potential safety hazard, or offend. But beyond that, okay, the fact of the matter remains, guys, is there's more. There's an adventure out there waiting. Also, I wanted to show off my nice new shoes here. Check these guys out, guys. I don't know how well you can see those, but a nice Magnani with the leather soles. And the reason, although I prefer vegan and respecting animals, the reason I go in the direction of sometimes I'll buy products that, with animal products that are, besides the fact that I think they're quality, in part it's because I want to pay the craftsman. I think that animals could be humanely killed, and then their skins used for particularly like leather, for example. You see what I'm saying? And my episode 110, I talked about hating everyone, and of course I don't hate people, but I do realize that that people are, they have different values, and what I attempt to do is to aggregate all types of values and together, such that I'm able to appreciate and connect with more and more people, and come to this realization of just whatever. Okay, if you're watching this, you know me, you've probably heard what I'm sharing before, and it would be nice if you had a strategy. The goal is the efficient approach of world peace. Okay, what does it take? Like, does it take donating some money to contraception in poorer countries, or does it take donating money for food, or people figuring it out their own way? It's like, and how do you express that? How do you? And what I am finding is, as you may know, I do various handyman and labor work services. What I'm finding is that it's really hands-on stuff that has the truest value, because if people were super knowledgeable, if they knew how to be their own doctor, psychologist, and which I believe is going to be occurring in the future, where people have a higher level of intelligence and understanding, they're gonna be able to. We will need specialists like surgeons, or certain types of people. But what I'm suggesting here is that everything from attorneys, dentists, whatever, all these different professions, it's like, yeah. See, part of it is the paradox of making the world better, but making sure that there's a variety, because the downside of variety is that people are going to have some conflict, and it's less efficient of a world. Like, for example, if everyone was, shall we say, vegan, for example, or whatever, if everyone was of one religion, like all one religion, then they might get along better. You know what I mean? It's the homogenization of society. But my argument is that that's actually not what is truly useful, or to want. It's important to want people to express their, so we say, highest truth. And the idea of truth is that, first of all, it's a question of, are you honestly in a position to be truthful? And don't feel bad for people that aren't. recognize if somebody is not being honest, but also, don't feel upset towards them. Like for example, a news anchor might have, or might have an obligation. The entrance to Neiman Marcus here. A news anchor might not entirely be telling the truth, but they might want to just earn a living and support a family. So what complicates things is actually when people have children and they're forced to be more to do things that they wouldn't do just for money. And money does unite people in a way, in the sense that it it'll it kind of brings people together. Like different people who have different interests come to the same place. Like for example, someone who's doesn't have interest in cars might be a car mechanic, just to earn a living. I mean, or like one thing, see, the concept of money, you've got to try and be aware of, just to try and have a realization of it. A realization that sometimes it's important to think, if something had a monetary, like if something was expensive, like would you buy it? Or if you had enough money, would you buy it? There's kind of a strangeness to that. Like, I'll bring up this idea of what I call the island scenario, okay? The island scenario, guys, is where, let's say people live on an island, and the most popular thing is for example, not maybe something in mainstream society. It's not cars. Let's say it's the most popular thing is maybe exercising, or just being a peaceful mind, or the kindest person. Like, there are so many things. Okay, there's so many things that, how do you qualify? But what I'm saying to you guys is, make it yours. Okay, whatever it is that you might want, make it something that's yours. Like, say you're willing to work towards it. You're willing to, don't just ask for something. Ask for, I'm willing to work and rightfully earn, that. And and in an island scenario, let's say sometimes it's hard to imagine the world and just the massive complexities of things. One thing that you can consider, however, is the idea of, like, for example, let's say there are two people, two farms, two farms with two families on it. Like this is like a microcosm of an economic situation. So the question being, how do we deal with that? How do we deal with the economy? Like, who should get what? I think part of it is, like, let's say one family's sick, and then they might, if there were 20 people all together, 10 in each family, then who would the majority vote for, quote unquote, like free health care, for example? Like, it doesn't really Oh my god. Dude. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey, what happened?
I'm not live. I'm just doing a personal show.
Oh, a personal video.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to go walk to my boat and talk about life and the world and how we can change the world?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's what type of mood you're in?
Yeah, well, it varies, you know what I mean? Sometimes I change how I feel.
Yeah.
But, you know,
course.
I met the most amazing Christian friends. I got my cross.
Okay.
I walked with Jesus.
Okay.
And I found in my heart, I don't know
Yeah.
how long it's going to last for. Somebody's going to make me angry eventually.
Okay.
There's no reason to be angry.
Okay.
You know? A lot of these people out here are just ignorant. And I have to accept that the devil has corrupted the world.
Okay.
But I have to collect the few 10%, the people who walk with Christ,
Yep.
are promised eternal life.
Okay. Okay.
It's a test. Life is a test to see what we're doing.
Okay.
Christ, eternal life. Do the right thing. You can use the Bible to rationalize anything you want. You can use it to justify murder, rape. You can use it to rationalize nailing people to a cross. You can use it. You can pry the skins off of babies if you want to. You know.
So I can walk you to your boat if you're tired. I can.
David Koresh.
We can walk.
David Koresh.
If you want to talk to, I'm glad to talk.
David Koresh interpreted the Bible through the barrel of a gun. That was dangerous.
What does that mean?
Well, he.
Oh, you mean he was forced to selectively write it?
No, he told everyone he was a Messiah.
Okay.
Are you a Messiah?
The concept of a Messiah is a hero that will save people. What do you think of what do you think? Is that the definition? Like, and what does it mean to save people? That's a question, right?
Well, see, I could see myself doing a lot of things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But right now I'm focused on getting the original birth certificate that I was born with. And
what would be the underlying value of that?
Because I'm going to get a passport. I'm going to go to Canada. I'm going to pay like $1,500 Canadian. And I'm going to save $1,500 American and live off of $800 or $900 Canadian.
Seriously?
You know, $800, $900 American, which is like 45,000 baht. You know, I make
really?
30,000, 45,000 baht. Live off of that. Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go.
That's an idea.
To Thailand, and I'm going to save a ridiculous amount of money.
Okay, I understand. And why would you go? I mean, elaborate, please.
Save this money so that I can buy more and more real estate in the U.S. After 7 or 8 years of buying real estate in the U.S.
Yeah.
Saving and buying real estate in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, my first 5 years, buy a house.
Okay.
You know, then 2 years later, buy an island. You know what I mean? In Canada.
You're not kidding. You're serious.
No, I'm serious. In Canada, I'm going to buy this island for 124,000 American dollars.
That's okay. That's not that much money for an island.
Well, it's in Canada, and the government is selling it.
Okay. How do you? Okay. I'm following you. And what would you further do then? You know.
Okay. Buy this island.
Okay.
You want to go get a cup of coffee?
Where?
Aqua Palms.
Where's that?
Right in Waikiki. Across the street from the Hilton.
That's kind of far away.
It's no more than a 5-minute walk from my boat.
Really?
Are you good?
All right. So anyway, continuing on with your life trajectory.
Yes.
Should we cross to the right here?
Yeah.
All right.
But listen.
Yeah.
Then, when I developed a bunch of tiny houses on this land, right?
Okay.
You know, attract people to live there.
All right.
For their abilities to grow their own weed plant. It comes with a fully furnished house. You pay rent on this private island.
Okay.
And, you know, it's going to have a pretty big cesspool. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, pretty big septic tank. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to have 10 tiny houses. And I'm going to charge 2,000 Canadian which is about 1,000 American,
Okay.
which comes out to about $10,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you think on these terms? This is pretty elaborate.
So I'm gonna make in my first 7 years, I'm gonna be making $12,000 in my first 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, $12,000 a month in my first 10 years. Then I'll be living in Thailand and saving $120,000 a year. Then I just keep continuing on with real estate, and every year after that, I
Uh-huh.
have $120,000 a month of my income. So
All right, all right.
10 years, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Become a millionaire.
Wow.
Amazing. Effectively. So, 2,
Wow.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20. So, in 20 years, I'll be making about $30,000 a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Then at that point, I'm investing into stocks and stuff and shares, and I'm winning
Okay.
big.
Okay. That sounds pretty damn good, man.
So, what do I do? Right. So, when did you talk to Mr. G last?
About a month ago, and he and I had a disagreement where, you know, it's on and off. You know, I have some different interests that he, you know, so it's kind of a.
What is the different interest?
He seems to want things for free. He, you know, like for example, he would want the $1,000. You know, the Andrew Yang.
What is $1,000?
You don't know what presidential candidates can offer $1,000 to everyone every month in debt as a stipend. You want to broach that subject? I'm willing to see what your side of the take on that is.
Does he have a campaign manager?
I guess so. What do you mean? I'm following you, Britton. What do you mean?
Does he have a campaign manager? Does he have someone you can talk to? It's like, how many people have actually voted? What's his status? You know what I mean?
Right. That's actually a good question. You know, maybe I should. You're thinking I should talk to him?
We should talk to him.
Okay.
And we should fucking vote for him and see if we can get an extra $1,000 a month. You know what I see? The more money, the better, because a lot of us are always blessed. We're constantly
A lot of
fighting
us are what?
We're blessed. You know, I'm blessed with the amount of money that I have.
Right.
And what I can turn it into.
Okay.
Other people are not so blessed because they worked for the same amount of years as my dad, but they didn't make as much money as my dad. So they didn't pay into as much as Social Security. So there are people out there who actually work for 36 years who get half as much as what I make because my dad was a high-ranking military officer and I got a fuck ton of money in survivor's benefits.
Okay, I understand.
Bro,
All right. So which way? Straight here? All right. I'm glad to just talk, open up conversation. So.
Fuck you. This old man.
Huh?
This old man is really weird and he wanders around the city. There are a bunch of pervert molesters out here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on, man. Nice, Britton.
Alright. I gotta go take a shit, so we're gonna secretly go in here.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna secretly go in here and we're gonna covered my security guard.
Are you serious?